Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Asma Sunam binti Muhammad Anwar. I am a student from Real Estate Management in College Al-Aminah. Right now, I will present about the first question, which is related about method of curing of concrete for building frame and structures. Concrete curing is one of the most important factors or steps that need to be done in the concrete construction of a building. Concrete curing means a process or operation to control moisture resistant to concrete after is placed in the manufacture process of concrete product, and it also take a long time for cement hydration to occur. Concrete curing has its own properties such as strength, durability, permeability, and workability. Not only that, the curing of concrete must be done at the right time and in a sufficient curing period, which is done for at least 40 continuous days, which need to be paid attention to ensure that the compressive strength of the constructed concrete is achieved. Concrete curing has a various purpose of its own, among which are for to guarantee the quantity of water found in the concrete so that the reaction that take place continues until the concrete reaches the required strength. Second is concrete curing also aims to give tap resistance to the concrete cover so that the protection provided can protect the concrete reinforcement. The purpose of concrete curing is also important to minimize the heat stress drying found on the concrete, which can cause cracks on the surface of the concrete after hardening. Next, I will give a clearer explanation through the various methods of curing concrete that can be used for building frame and structures. First method is water curing. Water curing is a vital process in concrete construction that involves keeping the concrete moist to ensure proper hydration and strain development. In this method, the application of water will be done to prevent the concrete surface from drying out. Usually, this water curing method is used for thinner concrete such as can be used in building construction, including floor slabs. There are three methods to apply the water on concrete continuously, adding moisture, which are ponding the concrete, sprinkling of water, and wet coverings. First is pouring the concrete. This method is forming ponds of water on the surface of flat concrete structure like slabs. This method is used by wetting the concrete surface continuously so that the concrete surface does not dry and is always in moisture. This is because there is no need to pour water continuously to the flat surface, such as slabs, roof slab, roof panels, or floor in wooden structure. This method is done by filling the pool with water 2 to 3 times in one day, but it also depends on the atmospheric condition. Although this method is said to be an efficient method, its shortcoming is in terms of less durability, which means that the pool of water easily break and flow out. As we can see, this picture show the bonding of concrete. Second is a sprinkling of water. The water sprinkling method is one of the efficient preservation methods because this method sprinkles water continuously on the concrete surface to ensure it is always moist. A continuous splash of water through a fine spray provides continuous moisture to the concrete surface and potential to prevent cracking that can occur due to alternating drying or wetting cycles. This method also has its own advantage in terms of cost because more water is required. This picture show the method of curing concrete using the sprinkling of water. Next slide show the method of curing concrete using wet coverings. This wet cover method is water preservation method to cover the concrete surface by involve the use of moist materials that require hydration. For example, covering the concrete with wet burlap, sand, or other moisture-retaining materials. A wet cover can be placed on the concrete surface after the concrete start to harden so that the concrete surface is not damaged. The cover placed on the concrete surface must always be moist so that a layer of water remains on the concrete surface throughout the curing period. The best time to make sure the concrete surface is wet is at night or on holidays. Next slide show the second method is a sheet curing. Sheet curing, also known as a plastic sheet curing, is a method of curing concrete where plastic sheets are used to cover the concrete surface to retain moisture and ensure proper hydration. This method can be used through two types, namely polythene sheet and plastic sheet. Polythene sheets are one of the materials that can be easily stored and used for other purposes on site. The advantage of polythene is that it consists of one of the insulating and moisture repellent materials. The polythene sheet cover reacts to the water content with a binding agent before it dries. In other words, polythene can prevent water vapor from escaping from the basements. Next is plastic sheet. The use of plastic sheets is more or less the same as polythene sheets, which acts as a vapor barrier. This piece of plastic is waterproof, light and easy to handle. This plastic piece will be placed on the inside and outside of the building to prevent moisture from absorbing into the building. As we can see, the picture show the method of concrete using the plastic sheet. Next slide show the third method. That is a formwork curing. Formwork curing is a method of concrete curing that utilizes the formwork, which is the temporary or permanent molds into which concrete is poured to help retain moisture and regulate temperature for proper hydration and strength development. The formwork curing method is also the most effective curing agent in construction to moisture retaining materials. This mode curing provides more moisture resistance to the concrete surface so that the curing process can continue and can reduce the risk of concrete cracking. Formwork curing is particularly suitable for vertical structures such as columns, walls, and beams where the formwork naturally remains in place for an extended period, helping to ensure proper hydration, strength and development and durability of the concrete. This slide shows the four methods of curing concrete using membrane curing. Membrane curing is a method of concrete curing that involves applying a liquid membrane forming compound to the surface of freshly placed concrete. This membrane helps retain moisture within the concrete by forming an impermeable or semi-permeable layer on the surface, preventing water from evaporating too quickly. Curing compounds typically made from wax, resin or water-based polymers. These compounds can be white pigmented to reflect sunlight and reduce surface temperature or clear. Application tool which can use as sprayers, rollers and brushes to apply the curing compound evenly across the concrete surface. Versatility of membrane curing method is suitable for various concrete structure including slab, pavements and walls. Membrane curing ensure proper hydration, strength development and durability of the concrete, making it a preferred choice in many construction projects. From the diagram picture, we can know that the complete drying, the membrane fully dries and solidifies, creating a barrier that prevents further evaporation of moisture from the concrete. Last method is a curing by absorbing heat pipe water cooling. Curing by absorbing heat pipe water cooling is an advanced technique used to control the temperature of concrete during the curing process, particularly in large scale or mass concrete structures where excessive heat generated by hydration can lead to thermal cracking. This method combines the principle of heat pipes and water cooling to manage the temperature more effectively. Heat pipes are heat transfer devices that can efficiently transport heat from one point to another. They consist of sealed pipe filled with water. This picture shows the heat pipe layout. Heat pipes are embedded within the concrete mass or placed in close contact with it. Their arrangement is designed based on the specific thermal management need of the structure. As we can see, the diagram showed as the concrete undergoes hydration, it releases heat, raising the internal temperature. At evaporation section, the heat is absorbed by the evaporation section of the heat pipes, causing the working fluid to vaporize. That's all explanation from me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Syafiqah binti Nur Azam. Today, I want to present about questions number 2. The question is, explain load transfer from frame and structure of building to the ground. A frame structure is a type of constructions that is made up of various structural elements such as clamps, beams, columns and foundations. Let's work together to transfer and distribute load throughout the building. Load transfer mechanism in frame structure. The load transfer mechanism in a frame structure refer to the way that loads are transmitted from one element to another and eventually to the ground. In a frame structure, loads are introduced into the structure through various hints such as gravity, wind, earthquakes and other external forces. These loads are then transferred from one element to another. touch stress and deformation in the material until they reach the foundation, where they are transferred to the ground. Load transfer in building structure refer to the process by which the weight and force acting on the building are transferred from the various elements of the structure down to the ground. This process is crucial for ensuring the stability and integrity of the building. So this image shows the gravity load. Okay, next, here are simply explanations of how load transfer occurs in typical building structure. First, gravity load. Building experience vertical load due to gravity, including the weights of the building material, occupants, and furnishing. These loads are transferred downward towards the structural elements such as columns, walls, beams, and slabs. Second, horizontal loads. Building also experience horizontal loads such as those from wind and seismic activity. These forces are typically resisted by the building lateral stability system, which including elements like shear wall, bracing system, and something moment resisting frame. These lateral forces are transferred to the ground towards the building foundation. Next, foundation. The foundations of a building is designed to distribute the loads from the structure to the ground in a safe and efficient manner. Common types of foundation include split footing, mat footing, and pipe foundation. The foundation spread the load over a large area of the soil to prevent excessive settlement and or bearing capacity failure. Soil interaction. The load transfer process involves interaction between the building foundation and the soil beneath. The soil must be capable of supporting the load imposed by the building without excessive settlement or instability. Factors such as soil types, bearing capacity, and groundwater conditions are considered during the foundation design process. Last, load pack. Load pack refers to the road towards which the load travels within the structure and down to the foundation. Engineers design load pack to ensure that the load are distributed efficiently and safely, minimize stress, concentrations, and potential failure points. Okay, next, load transfer in slab. The load transfer in a frame structure starts with the slab, which are flat horizontal surface matched with a combination of concrete and steel. The total loads of a slab include the live load, floor finishing loads, and the self-weight of the slab. This load is transferred to the beams which provide support to the slab, and from the beams, the load is transferred to the supporting columns. Again, from column to the footing, and finally to the soil on which the whole structure is to be constructed. Overall, load transfer in building structure is a complex but essential aspect of structural engineering. It involves careful consideration of various factors such as gravity and lateral load, foundation design, soil properties, and load pack to ensure the safety and stability of the building throughout its lifespan. The roof load is transferred to the right beam, which is then supported by the roof roofer. The roofers are connected to the wall plates, which are in turn supporting by the studs. The studs transfer the weight to the soil plate, which rests on the foundation. In this load pack, each structure member support the weight of the components above it, transfer the load to the foundation. However, lateral horizontal loads such as wind or seismic force require a different load pack mechanism. Lateral loads are transferred to the wall and then down to the foundation, touch shear wall or moment frame. The foundation then resists the lateral load by transferring them to the surrounding soil. Okay, this picture shows the portal frame in warehouse. These types of structure use a portal frame to transfer load from the roof to the foundation. The roof load is transferred to the roofer, which are supporting by the purlin. The purlin are bolted to the columns via welded end plate, which transfer the load to the foundation. The column can be rigged or braced in steel portal frame to resist both gravity loads and lateral load. The load pad is a critical component building design. It ensures that the weights of structure is transferred from the roof to the foundation in a safe and efficient manner, preventing any one component from being overloaded. That's all from me. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to our respective lecturer, Surveyor Dr. Hafizah Ismail. My name is Putra Alatanil bin Muhammad Zulkarnain and my registered matric number 2023837276. Today, I would like to present about the importance of a dam-proof membrane and also the dam-proof course. Without further ado, let's go to the next slide. Alright, in this slide lecture, I would like to tell to you all about what is a dam-proof membrane and also a dam-proof course. First element part is a dam-proof membrane. We should be known that a dam-proof membrane is actually a thin sheet of material that will prevent any type of moisture to transport along the wall. Otherwise, we should know that the dam-proof membrane itself is actually a polythene sheet that has been placed beneath a concrete slab. This should be prevent the concrete from absorbing any type of moisture that came from the ground by using the capillary action, and also it will function as a barrier to increasing any type it will increase to prevent any type of dampness that will appear right away after the moisture absorb. Last but not least, for the dam-proof membrane, is actually it can be located above or below the concrete. Otherwise, we continue by putting a DPC, dam-proof course, right after we place the dam-proof membrane. Now, I would like to continue my lecture slide with the dam-proof course. First of all, dam-proof course is actually a structure of a white barrier that prevents moisture from rising due to a capillary action. Otherwise, the dam-proof course is actually have been installed in the building floor where the present dam barrier has failed for whatever cause, which we can see here whenever the wall has been absorbing any type of moisture, and we have been noticed that. So the right way to take the action for that kind of problem is we apply a dam-proof course. Nextly is actually a slate or a laid barrier that will install in the floor. It will defend against any type increasing moisture. And also nowadays modern properties employ a bitumen felt and also a plastic type of DPC, dam-proof course. Last but not least, it may fail when it was not correctly installed or owing any type of degradation, localized damage or bridging. If that have been happened, so the DPC will be fails. As we can see here, both of these have a very similar action, similar function, but it is always dam-proof membrane will come first to prevent any type of moisture, and then a dam-proof course will make as action for a second layer of protection. Now let's go to the next slide. By looking to this diagram that have been put here, you can see the right location of the installation for the dam-proof membrane and also for the dam-proof course. First of all, we would like to see the dam-proof membrane location. It is located on my right side, and it has been put under the slab whenever we want to construct a building. But if we take a look on the dam-proof course, we can see it was placed onto between the brick selection of a wall. So both of these will protect any type of building to absorb any type of water. The dam-proof membrane will protect the slab from absorbing any moisture from the ground, while the dam-proof course will protect the wall from absorbing any type of moisture that came outside from the wall. By looking to this four diagram, I have been shown in here. This four type of diagram is showing the location, the exact location where is the DPM will be installed. As you can see, some of the DPM will be installed above the slab, and also some of it will be installed below the slab. Moving on to the type of a dam-proof course, we can see I have list out 4 type of a dam-proof courses installation. First of all is a dam-proof course injection. It happened by a workman to inject the DPC right through a slab or a wall. Secondly is a higher type, which is a mortar injection dam-proof course, which I can see it is more reliable to prevent any type of moisture to absorb in the wall. The third one is the electro-osmotic dam proofing course. Surely it will be on a very high cost. And last but not least is a dam proof membrane course. We are going back up to a basic of our lecture. We should be known the main function of DPC and DPM installation is to prevent any type of dampness. So here are currently my list out of main issue whenever the dam have been appear in our structure building. First of all, we can see any type of black spot mold is growing on the interior walls. This is frequent indicate of a condensation problem. The condensation process will begin whenever it appears any type of moisture on the wall. So the function of DPM and DPC is to object any type of moisture to get through from the wall or from the slab. The secondly is we can see a watermark on wall that have been caused by either rising or penetrating wetness. Either it will be appear on top of a ceiling or it will be appear on a wall. The thirdly is a plaster from a wall will be flaking and harm to other ornamental finishes like wallpaper. This kind of problem will cost us a lot of money to be repaired, and also it will produce a not nice view from our house. Somehow we still can have cut our budget if we take a look this problem too early and install a DPM and DPC. Next is the wood such as skirting board in our house will have a problem, which is it can decay when exposed to the dampness. Whenever the wood has been decay, you know that our structure will have a lot of problem, and also the structure will not strong and can't hold itself. So other than that, you can see there are many type of house element that have been affected by the dam, which we can see here: roof, gutter, window, and also door pointing issue from a drain pipe issue. Drain pipe have caused some of the leaking, and the leaking will produce a moisture to transport along the houses. So this will allow the dampness to create its own problem in our house. Other than that, we can see the imperfect exterior have been rendered or masonry in our house. They will have a very not good view in our house. Other than that, condensation problems and a cavity wall will also have been into an issue. And lastly, the soldering pipe, faulty drains, and outside water intrusion also can be make as a problem in our house whenever we doesn't take care of this dam problem. Before this, we have been talk about what is a main issue whenever we have been faced a dam problem. Now, I would like to tell to you all that various type of dampness. There are 3 crucial type of dampness will be appear normally in our house structure. First of all is a rising dam, as the picture shown above. You can see on the side of the corner of a wall, we can see there are some moisture that have been absorbed by the wall, maybe happened behind the wall, and create a very type of watermark on the wall. So we can see it rising upward, and it will make a major problem if we doesn't take care of it. If I say it doesn't take care, you can see the number 2 is a condensation dam. Whenever the moisture have been hold long enough in the wall, so the condensation will be happen. That means the more it will produce the water, and somehow the dampness will produce itself in a very various way. So lastly is a penetration dam, which I can be showing you as the example that have been given here. You can see there are type of watermark mold that have been appear on the wall, and if you may notice that kind of image is right on top of a wall nearby the ceiling. That means this is kind of a major issue because of it already spread enough in all the walls in our house. So it's not stopped like that. Okay, whenever these three major type of dampness have been appear in our house, we will facing some we will having some serious issue regarding to the growness of a dampness. First of all, we can see the mold will grow in our wall. Whenever the mold have been growth, we can see some of our part have been decayed by itself because of the produceness of a fungal that have been produced right away after the dampness have been there. Other than that, there are also skirting boards in a complete disrepair. The colorization of wallpapers, we can see that whenever the dampness is not being taken care, okay, then the damp patches along the wall right onto the up, exposure to a damp, and last but not least, a potential health risk. We will have some itchiness and skin rashes, and also maybe to a bad fever if we doesn't take care. In this section is actually the very important thing in my lecture. It is because I would like to talk about the importance of DPM and also DPC. First of all, we can see whenever we take care, where we will take care this type of problem by installing the DPM and DPC in our house structure. So what can we get? What are the benefits that have been given to us whenever we install that kind this type of DPM and DPC? The first of all is we will prevent any health problem like we have been talking before, the itchiness and so on. We will prevent it from happen to us. Okay. Other than that, we can stay healthy in our house, and also we are not getting sick. The secondly is to avoid unpleasant fragrance. We have been knowing that whenever any type of moisture that have been trapped in something, it will produce some kind of a smelly smell. Same goes with the mold or any type of damp that have been happen in our house. It will produce the unpleasant fragrance that will make our mood in not good condition. Okay, the thirdly, whenever we have been installed the DPC and DPM, it will improve the visual appeal of your with our property, which it will protect from any dampness to be happen. Other than that, we can say it will avoid from reducing our house value whenever we want to resell it. Okay, as you can see, if you are play a rolling as a buyer to buy a house, and whenever you saw that the house wall have a damp in a very good, not in a very bad condition, you will bargain into the lowest price of the house. As the owner, you will have a suffer from getting from any profit from the house that you want to sell. So by applying this DPM and DPC, it actually will protect from this type of problem to be happen and keep your property value in a very good amount. Other than that, we can prevent problems with structural integrity of the dampness. We have been knew that it will partially decay any type of element in our house. So whenever we prevent it, the decay itself will not be happen. And last but not least, same with the same point, it will prevent structural issue in our building. Seeing that we have been reached out to my lecture, so I hope that you all understand with what did I want to talk to you all about the DPM and DPC, and at least I can educate you all the importance of a DPM and DPC. Other than that, if there are any flaws happen in my slide lecture, I am so sorry to you all. I think that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and thank you.